You step into a conversation and start explaining yourself. The other person didn't ask for details. They didn't look confused, but something in you still pushes the extra sentences out anyway. For most of human history, that instinct made sense. You lived in small groups where everyone watched everyone else. A single unexplained action could become a story that followed you for years. Your brain learned to treat silence as risk. One of the clearest demonstrations of this came from psychologist Robin Dunbar. His work on gossip showed that in groups larger than about 150 people, reputation becomes almost impossible to manage directly. Yet even today, when you're speaking to just one person, your brain still behaves as if the whole group might hear. Another piece of evidence comes from the research of evolutionary psychologist Pascal Boyer. He found that humans are constantly running what he calls reputational vigilance. We monitor not just what we do, but what others might infer from what we leave unexplained. The brain treats an unaddressed action the same way it once treated an unaddressed footprint near the camp. This is why you sometimes over-explain even in low-stakes moments. Your nervous system hasn't fully updated its software. It still runs the old calculation. If I don't fill in the blanks, someone else might fill them in for me, and the version they create could be worse. Think about the last time you sent a slightly short message and then followed it with a second one that said, "Just to be clear," or, "I didn't mean it like that." That second message is not really for the other person. It is for the invisible audience your brain still assumes is listening. The same pattern appears in classic studies on the audience effect. When people believe their behavior might be observed or discussed later, they automatically add more context. They do this even when no one is actually watching. The brain is running an ancient social accounting system that treats every interaction as potentially public. This creates an interesting tension in modern life. We now spend large parts of our day communicating with people who will never interact with our other social circles. Yet the old machinery keeps running. It keeps asking the same question your ancestors asked. If someone else heard this, would I still be safe? The result is that you over-explain to strangers on the internet, to colleagues you barely know, and sometimes even to yourself when you're alone. The habit persists because the cost of under-explaining once felt higher than the cost of over-explaining many times. What changed is not the wiring. What changed is the size of the group that can actually hear you. Your brain has not caught up to that difference yet. So the next time you catch yourself adding 3 extra sentences that no one requested, notice what is really happening. You are not being overly polite. You are running software that was written when every explanation was also a defense.